Alrighty, what's up guys? How are we doing? Happy Monday to everybody. We're back with another Create and Hang with your old buddy David here. Today we're going to be working on the text behavior, the whole mechanic behind this entire game. Well, technically one of them, but the main mechanic that we're going to be focusing on. And yeah, we can get right into it. Hope you guys had a good week. Hope you guys had a good weekend, particularly because it was a very nice weekend this weekend. Got to go outside a lot, which was nice. Did some hiking and saw some friends, things like that. So it was good. It was fun. It was very relaxed. So I remember last time just before we left, I ran into this small bug. Where because I moved these markers into different objects, I made the mistake of using their local position. So the local position is going to change based on the parent. So I just have to use the global position, and that should fix it all. Just want to see, okay, if the transform is that. And that is lovely. Yeah, so position is the global position, so it's not relative to any parent. So I just want to see that that's working. What'd you guys do this week, if anything? Or did you have a pretty lax week/weekend? Did you get to relax a lot? Did you see anybody? Let me know. We should be running soon. I guess Unity had a good weekend because it's slow to start up, but that's alright. We'll give it some time. Get it some Gatorade. It'll be back in business before we know it. Cool. Alright, yeah. So that's looping infinitely now. Lovely. Okay. I should do it. Right. So that's, I'm just going to leave that for now. Now it's working. Need it out of my sight before I ruin it again. Okay, right. So we had some of the variables that we needed here. What do we have? We have the color, we have the key code, we had the radius, we had... right, we need the particular layer that the text is going to be on. Why don't I just make a script for that? Or I can make what's called an enum. Enum is essentially a way to store different states. So if I wanted to keep track of, like, in my case, I just have a background, a midground, and a foreground. So if that should open up here very soon. If I wanted to just store those layers somewhere, and instead of using like the raw strings, if I wanted to actually use a variable or some other name for it, then I can just use this hello. Oh, maybe I have to. No, it's just a C# script. Pretty sure anyway. Yeah, that should. I think I just didn't double click it. Aha, that's the one. Right, so we don't need any of that. We don't need any of this. We're actually going to change this to enum. We're not going to extend anything, and we're going to get rid of all this. And we are going to say background, midground, foreground. Actually, we don't need that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much how that goes. This is just going to save all these different states for us. So in case we add in, let's say, another layer in here somewhere, right? Our player, I think, is on the foreground. So maybe if we click on the player and we set, the sorting layer to foreground, we can always store that in here. So I'm going to actually make a new, what is it? So make it public. I can always just serialize it. Why not? No one else needs to know this information. So we're just gonna private layers layer. We'll just set it by default to the midground. Right, okay. So, I want to organize these a bit better. Okay, so that should be fine. We have our completed letters. Again, I'm just looking at some notes I have here. Right. So, what we want is to keep track of the last key code that we touched or that we tapped, and if that matches the current letter in our word. Let's say our word is word, right? And we hit the W key. We want the W to light up in a word. And then the next letter should be O. So if the next letter is not O, then the whole thing resets. Otherwise, the O turns to a different color, and then the R. And then if the D is hit and all of them have been completed, then it changes to the final color. It'll just be basic feedback for now. We'll add smaller stuff, little crumbs and nooks later on. Alrighty, so let's get into that. So, let's start off with, so we have nearly everything we need in the start function, or method, whatever you want to call it. What we do need is what's called a prefab. I think we added one already, possibly, maybe, no? Okay, yeah, we did. And this should be empty, right? Okay, cool. So this should have, yeah. So where do I want to add the text behavior? I want to add it to a word, and it does have that, cool. And let's see, did I make that game object? Probably I did. I have to serialize that so we know which one we want to use. So I want to use this letter prefab here, actually. So I'm going to drag that in here. What I'm going to do is, when a word is spawned, right, when this word object, is this text or something? I don't know why it's got this weird rect transform. Well, in any case. Yeah, it should, honestly, it should just be, let's see, it should just be an empty object. I don't know what I did there before. Add component, add text behavior, and the original color was like white, right? And it should be all the way up, and then letter, also all the way up in opacity, and the final was this nice golden color. And that's lovely. Yeah, we definitely don't want that to be invisible. Cool. And we're going to take this letter prefab in here. I'm just going to disable this for the time being. And then radius, I guess we'll make it 10, sure. And we'll make the text word. We'll make it just, yeah, basically. So this game object is going to spawn 4, or I guess however many number of letters we have of these letter prefabs as children. So let's do that in start. So we have a for loop, then next dot, I'm actually not going to default that. We'll say if, okay, fine, yeah, I'll just do a little security here. If text is not equal to, I can say not text dot equals, just to make sure it's not empty. Do one of those, give them a little bada bing. Text dot length for each character. Is it lowercase l? Text cannot be used. Oh, is that right? Oh. That's the difference between C# and Java, ladies and gentlemen. If not text, oh, I have 3 of these. Whoopsies. Okay. So I'll add an else here, right? Else, Elsa. Otherwise, debug log warning. Let's see. Behavior on this object. Text is empty. Will not spawn any letters. And this is at least going to log a warning, so we have a little yellow triangle, like a yield sign or something. Okay, cool. So we are going to create a new letter equals instantiate letter object with the parent being this transform, and then local position equals, we're gonna give it a position of about, oh, oops. But we'll do it by half intervals. So in this case, it's gonna put the first letter at position 0, then the next one at 0.5, the next one at 1, the next one at 1.5, etc., etc. Right. Okay, then we want to start by setting their sorting layer. Oops. Name. Down to string. Okay, and now we're gonna need to. Oh, that's what it was, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Oh no. No, it was not a text mesh. This is going to be referencing the letters, right? So TM Pro. So we're gonna need to use that using Pro P. We're gonna get the components, and then we're gonna set the font size, as we love customizing our text. TMP dot text is equal to our text plus the letter. What I just said made no sense, but what we're doing is we're adding a letter to our text mesh pros. So for each letter that we make, we're just going to set that text equal to whatever the current letter is. So in our example for Word, for each letter we're going to set the first one to W, the next one to O, the next one to R, the next one to D. It's so nice that you can just index into a string like this in C#. Okay, right. So let's test that out at least. Let's just see that this works, and then we can start with the typing and all that. Right. Let's do that. Let's just test it out. So we have our game object. I'm gonna call this Warrior. And word is the word. Word is the word. Let's see if it shows up. Where did we go? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? That seems to be working. If we just bring this over yonder. Nope. Just kidding. Okay. Why isn't it setting the... Oh, it's setting all of these, but not this guy. Right. So we have to move this so that it's on a higher sorting layer. So we could just, I don't know. Is it mesh renderer? No, it's something else. It's sprite renderer. No, sprite sorting layer should be mid round. Let's try that out. Background should be on background. And what is the sorting layer is my question. Can we see what the sorting layer of this object actually is? Maybe we can do it in debug mode. Mesh renderer, right, text mesh pro, we have material, we have all this. Wow, that's a lot of information, huh? Yep. Good golly. Wow. I wish I could do a control F in this thing. Do a find or something. Nope. Cool. Okay. So we'll have to find another workaround then. So in this case, we do know that the word exists. Oh dear. Oh no. We know it's here, but it's just not appearing in our scene, or in our game rather. And that is a problem, because we would in fact like to see the word appear somewhere. Let's pause this. Let me see if I can maybe just change it's the Z. Okay, so that'll do then. So we can just change the Z value of this. Typically it's not great to manipulate the Z value in 2D games. You'd rather find a way to sort them by layer, so that you don't have overlapping objects and then you wonder, why is this octopus not where I want it to be? Why is only its tentacle showing up here? And it's because of a Z value or something. I don't know why I picked octopus. Octopi are pretty cool animals though. Okay. So that technically is working. Just want to try that out again. It's technically working. That's the story of my life. Cool. So we have our word. Wonderful. And it's kind of looking kind of weird when it goes over the platform here, but that's quite all right. Okay, right. So first thing I want to do, if we have already completed the word. Oh, is it? Do I know how? I swear I had. Oh, finished word. Finished word. We're done. We're not going to do anything in the update. Okay, I'm going to make a function first. I'm going to make a boolean, and it's going to return is close enough to, and then player movements, return the distance between the player and inspector 2 distance transform position p dot transform dot position is less than or equal to radius. So we just want to check if the player is close enough to the word first, because again we want the player to have to be near the word. Otherwise, if just two words show up on the screen and there's no sense of distance, there's no need to be close to one or another. Then if they both start with the same letter, then we're going to have a problem, because one of them might start and the other might not when the player wants to in fact type out the word of some other enemy, or maybe it's an environmental bonus that you get from something like that. I don't know. But we want to be able to, we want to give the player the ability to distinguish between the two. Okay, so we can also create a few variables that are gonna change the color. So we'll call one set word, and in here all we're gonna do is change the components of these and children for each of these text mesh pro components. T dot face color, I think it was, is original color. Lovely. So that's going to be reset word. So that's if we mess up the word and we don't type in the correct letter. And if we have completed it, right, then components and children. We're going to set all of them, all the colors, that is, equals final color. Rightio. Okay, and then I think we're gonna need a function that's gonna we need to find out what the key code is for each of those letters. So let's say for W, we're just gonna make a function that's gonna convert that letter into a key code, which we can then use to check if the last key pressed was that key code. Okay, so key code of string, and it's going to return a key code. Don't you worry, C#, I will not let you down. If the length is greater than 1, which hopefully the word will be, or it won't be, sorry, yeah. Because we are getting the key code of a single letter. Okay. And I guess we can just key code none, just say okay, there is no key code, so at least we return something in here, otherwise it's going to give us grief, Lord knows. Okay, gonna cast it. So we want to make sure that the, I'll just say else if s.length is 1, we're going to return this, right? Whoa, I think I'm putting too much pressure on my laptop here. Else, we'll say, I'll do a log warning here. I'll do a log warning here as well. I'll just say input string empty. What is not all code paths return? Oh, return key code. You are correct. None. How about now? Ah, now you're happy. Good. I'm glad you're happy. Okay, cool. We'll also make a overloaded function of it. Key code. I need to give it a name. Key code of And this is going to return key code of our character. Just in case we're either passing in a string or a character. I think we'll be passing in characters most of the time, but who knows. We just want to be able to support both. Right. And then once the player does hit the correct key, what we're going to want to do is keep track of what the current key in the word is, or what the next key code is going to be, what the next letter is going to be, essentially. Right? Text finished letters. And that's is there a problem here, officer? Does not exist in the current context. Oh, I did call it completed letters, didn't I? I always do that. Oh, right. Well, convert type string to key code. Oh, that's the one. Okay. So I'm converting the letter to a lower letter, no matter what, even if we use capitals, just so I have a specific range of letters. I think the lower letters, the lowercase letters, go from 97 to 122. That's like A is 97, then B is 98, and Z is 122. No, just keep track of that. Okay, so now for the update function. Right. So if we finish the word and we're not doing anything now, otherwise, as long as we're close enough, as long as this word is close enough to the player, get key, oops, down K, and K is, oh right, we want to set the next key in here. So set next key is setting the K, this variable up here, to the key code of the next letter. So in this case, when we do it up here, the first thing it's going to do is set the next key to the first letter. Right. Okay. And they just have to be sure, the players have to be sure that the key code, that their caps lock isn't on, because I think that might change it to a capital W instead of a lowercase w, and they have different key codes. Alright, anyway, enough babbling. So, if we hit the correct key, children, we're going to get the corresponding letter. We're going to change its color. So the completed letters is going to increase every time we get a letter correct, and it's going to reset every time we mess it up, right? Right, okay. So if we have completed all of, well, actually technically we need to just check if we've completed all the letters, and finish word equals true, and then we're going to say complete word. Complete word. It's always the spelling errors, it's always the punctuation, always something with C#. So otherwise, if we haven't completed it yet, then we are going to add 1 to the number of letters that we've completed, and we're going to set the next key. Right, this is why we had to check, why we had to use an overridden method, because the input class has an input string, which, well, I think it'll show the description here. Input string returns the keyboard input entered this frame. So essentially, if the last key pressed isn't blank, right, and the key code of that string does not match our current key code, right, the key code of the current letter that we're on, as long as we haven't done anything, or as long as we've done something right, as long as we've completed one of the letters, we're going to reset that, and we're going to set the key back to the first letter. So we're resetting however many letters we've completed, and we are setting the key back to the first one. So I should say the next key code that's going to help us progress through typing the entire word out. Yeah. So that was a bit jumbled, but just to briefly go over it, we are setting the next key. Set next key sets the current key code that this word is waiting for. So, for instance, with our example word, I'm gonna pick a different word. Whoopsie daisies, you didn't see that. Going to pick a different word because saying word twice is a bit of a nuisance. So I'm gonna say test. That's a good one. So in our, in our example word test, set next key is going to check how many letters we've completed, and if it's 0, right, at the beginning, it's going to set the key code, this variable is going to set it to the key code of the very first letter, because that's how indexing works. It's 0 indexing. Yeah, I haven't really played a lot of infinite runners recently, but I should get back into it. Let's just test this out. T-E-S-T, cool, now it's gold, wonderful. And we don't really need that anymore. So this is going to be a word with the text behavior on it. And let's make this a prefab as well. Okay, cool. Radius should be 10. And alright, so let's move this word. Let's also add in, let's open the prefab. Let's add a looping movement. Speed is going to be 3. And the start position, let's just set the start position equal to, at least for this one, let's set it to this guy. What is it? The winter platform. Reset. Okay, yeah. So let's just set it equal to that. So the original is over here. Okay. So the start position is going to be that. The reset is going to be that. Wonderful. So let's try it out. Let's see how we do. So I first want. Whoop. Hang on a second. Do we not initialize the... I thought we did. Start X position. Oh, we don't. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. We probably wouldn't want it to. Let's move this over just a tad. And let's actually make the radius like 5 or something. Okay. So eventually we should see something Let's see if it comes back around. I always like seeing the animator move like this. S, T. So I have to jump up to get it. Okay. Maybe I can move it down just a bit, just to make things easier on all of us. Okay. EFT, EST, wonderful. And that's fine. Now that that's completed, it's going to be gold. And maybe we'll have it do something like disappear, or do some kind of particle effect or something. Ooh, let's add particle effects. Yeah, dude. That's like the stuff of dreams right there. Adding a particle effect to any object automatically makes it 10 times better. Not always. I shouldn't say that, but it's definitely, it adds some pizzazz. Oh, and just to point out, this is also the advantage of using an enum instead of like just a string. So it gives you a drop down instead of you having to type it in like a string over here. So it limits your options. So it's just nice. We should probably have another few layers by the time we're done with this, but for the time being, I think this will suffice. So okay, everything's looping, everything's loopy, everything's moving. We have that. We're gonna get rid of layers, player animator, that's fine. Player movement is fine for now. Text behavior is working. Okay, so let's add some particle effects and let's see what we can add when the word is completed. So I'm gonna add, whoops. I want to listen to that music. We can just add a particle system. And let's take a gander. Oh yeah, okay, so there it is. I'm actually gonna move it up so we can see it. Maybe, yeah, I'm just gonna move it all the way over here. Take a look. So we have no sprite associated with it at the moment. Let's do emission. Let's say right. I kind of only want it to be. I don't want it to loop. Probably want it to be like 1 second. I want the. Well, you know what? Let's keep it looping for now. Let's keep it real loopy. We'll do 5 seconds, and go back in here, and let's go to mission rate over time. Let's say is 11. And we'll play it. Yes, thank you. I just want to see it. So let's see. Where is that? Is it shape? Maybe. I don't know if there was. Yeah, I'm sure there is. I think maybe we have to add a sprite renderer to this, or maybe we have to add a texture. Yeah. Let's try adding. Nope. Oh, interesting. Okay. So that is. Oh, that's for the shape. Oh, interesting. Color, size, rotation, noise, collision triggers, lights, custom data, renderer. That's what we want. Material. Okay, let's add in skybox. We can make a new material for sure. Let's do none for now. And okay, let's do some stuff here. So first, this shape is fine, honestly, because we're gonna want it to spread out. We're gonna want to change the velocity, linear, local. Okay, 5. Oops. Oh, I don't want that to be linear. I want it to be orbital. That's the one. Or not. Wow, this is looking real crazy. That's better. And well, maybe I want to increase the rate. And do I want it to be a cone actually? I'm not sure. What's better than a cone? How about a sphere? How about a donut? Wow, getting some real funky shapes out here, but I like it. How about just a circle? Let's just stick to a circle for the time being. Radius of 1. Wonderful. Let's change the. Okay, it's the duration. where was the rate? The rate over time, let's say is 30, maybe 50. And I really want them to be fast. Okay. Make it. Ooh. Okay, so I'll do that. We have. Hang on. Oh, is it this? Yeah, okay. Duration will be 1. And, okay. Let's start. And I do want them to all maybe 0.3. How's that? Let me start. But I want the rate to go up by a lot. Okay. Getting there. Definitely getting there. Start delay, start lifetime. Start speed. Let's set it to 10. Start size is at 1. Start rotation. Gravity model, maybe. We'll deal with that a bit later. Delta time scale, play on awake. Okay. That all looks fine to me. We have bursts. Actually, that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, okay. And maybe we can start them off at a slower speed in that case. Okay, maybe we'll do like 70. And the duration, start lifetime should be the duration. Oh, okay, maybe 1 then. Yeah, okay, that should be fine. I want to save all this while I'm doing it. I'm just messing around with some effects here. So maybe I do want to loop this and then just play it. Oh dear, maybe not. Okay, nope. We'll just do this one by one then. So that's a nice looking burst. And I definitely want the color to be the same as this one. So, oh, that's right, we can do a gradient, can't we? Ooh. Yeah, buddy. Can we invert this? Oh, we can. Oh, that's lovely. So we can just take this, move it over her, take that, move it over her, take this one, move it over her, take that one, and move it over her. Isn't that nice? And we're gonna save that, and it's gonna start at red, I guess. Maybe we want this to be like a lighter kind of color. What is this? 255, 88, 88. So we'll change this to that then. 255, 88, 88. Slow on. And what is this one? 236, 223, 54. And oops. 236, 223, 54. Cool. So I hope everyone's doing alright so far. I know this is a bit of a boring part, but if you want, you can hop in a Unity project, make one yourself, and just start messing around with the particle effects. The particle system itself has so many options. You can mess around with it for a lifetime. And you can get so many different. You can also work with the trails. The trails are pretty fun. The trail renderers. And then yeah, just adding in scripts yourself for custom data. That stuff. It's a lot of fun to work with if you're a designer. Okay, so we're not going to see the color just yet because we don't actually have a sprite or anything rendering at the moment. Let's change that. Let's just make it that for right now. And I still think we won't see the color change. Oh, we might. Okay, that's nice actually. I don't know if this affects the burst. Oh, the burst. That's right. Yeah, it's not gonna. I see. Okay. Yeah, so that should actually work. if we set it to that, maybe a third. Yeah, okay. We'll just leave it at 0 for the time being. I'm wondering why. Oh, because of that, right? We'll say duration. It's a bit long though. Let's. Oh, hang on. Why didn't this save? Should have saved. That was 88. 88. Okay. This one should also be 6, 3, 4. Delete that, make a new one. We'll delete this one, keep that one. Okay, cool. Let's restart. It's okay. It's getting there. Yeah, okay. Digging that. So that is, let's also change the size maybe to something a bit smaller. Do we want it to be a constant curve? Yeah, we'll just make it constant for the time being. Go back in here, restart, and actually I probably want to lower the speed in general. Let's change that to like 21 to and then I want the color over lifetime. I want it to fade out. So this one, this is going to have an alpha of 0. This, I can actually get rid of this color altogether. I don't want. How do I delete one is my question. Is that possible? I guess maybe you just do something like that, and then that, and then perhaps not. I swear there was a way to delete the color from a gradient. Ooh, you can pick a random between 2 gradients. That's also very cool. Is it just a delete? Nope. Maybe you just have to make a new one? Okay, I could do that. It wouldn't be ideal. Let's try that out. Yeah, I still want them to start speed should be 2 as well. And I feel like the duration is too long for that. Maybe. Maybe we can see how it looks in the grand scheme of things. Alright, so why don't we actually code this in first? So we have kind of a rough idea of what it's going to look like. I also want this to actually show up on, yes, the midground. That's what we want. Right, okay. Yeah, it's gonna get there. It'll get there. I kind of want it to, yeah. I'll just set the speed to kind of high, and then maybe I'll just take the velocity over lifetime out of the equation here. Just set it equal to 5, and set the color to fade out quickly. Have them all. I swear there was a way to do. Oh, is that it? Nope, that was it. Hang on. Oh, that's orange. And now they're both orange. That is no, I won't, Ted. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I'll just have to make a new one then, huh? Dang, okay. Delete. I thought there was some way. Well, in any case, guess not. All right. So you can add. Oh no, that's not what I wanted either. Hang on. Oh. Well, there we go. We're in it. We are in it to win it. Lovely. Alright, I still have to change this color. I don't know why this keeps changing back to yellow. It really just wants to be yellow all the time. I don't blame it. Yellow's a great color, but it's just not what we're looking for right now, you know? Okay. So let's save that. And I just want to see, honestly, how that's alright. It's alright. We'll work on it. Maybe we just want it to be go straight to yellow and then straight to fade out right away. Okay, let's try that. So we want to play this particle effect one time. I keep saying particle effect, particle system, they're both the same thing. So if the word is completed, then, okay, so we want to do that in here. We want to complete the word. So when we complete the word, we want to not only set the color, but also play the particle system. We can just do get component, particle system, and then is there a play? There is. Lovely. And it's going to loop. Alright, so let's try that out. Or I'm sorry, it's not going to loop. That's not what we want. We do not want it to loop. Oh, no. Oh, no. We don't want it to play on awake. That is, by default, a setting. So we don't want that necessarily. That didn't look too bad, though. Right, let's try it out. T-E-T-E. Oh, no. Oh. Ah. Okay. We'll try it again. Here we go. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, it's just out of reach. Oh dear. Alright. We'll wait for it to lap around. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, the player's not moving. Yeah. So we are going to have to make the player move at a certain speed if they are on the ground. Or if they're on a platform at least. Is that what we want though? Maybe not. Maybe they're just constantly running. Well, alright, let's test this out. Let's at least get the particle effect to work. And let's move this so that it's a lot easier for us to work with. Here we go. Let's move it up on top of the platform. And then we have a TXT. Alright, not too bad. I mean, needs some work for sure. But, oh, start color. Okay, yeah. So start color can just be, instead of a gradient, let's just set it to a regular color. Set it equal to this gold one. What was it? 236, 223, and 54. Let's try that out, and then the color over the lifetime will... Kind of. I think it'll also look better once we have a different material on it as well with the renderer. So instead of just using the default, what can we do? Let's maybe try to add a new material anyway. create new material. And we'll say letter mats. And here, what do we want to do? We'll make it a fade, because that way it can become transparent. Maybe we can use text mesh. No. Do we want text mesh pro? We can try it out maybe. Yeah, we can try to import some texture, some sprite in here. We can change them into random letters. That could work. I don't know if it'll let us do that, unless I wouldn't want to make, you know, the 26 different materials. That would not be ideal. So let's just go into where's standard? Let's do standard for the time being. No, we have to do something in 2D here. So let's do a sprite, and let's just pick. I don't know. Maybe something related to words, ideally. We could do coin maybe. Okay, coin is a possibility. We could do eyeballs. Maybe not. Maybe that's not super appealing to the layman. Definitely, probably, most likely don't want to do grass. Just doesn't make much sense. Hey, you've completed a word. Here's some grass. It's in different colors. Enjoy it. Different pieces of a treasure chest also would be quite confusing, I think. Why don't we try coin? Why don't we just try using the coin and setting the material to that one. Let's see, where did it go? Letter mat. Let's try it out. Let's just see what it looks like. Okay, we're setting the color. That's why. Yeah. So the color, the starting color, doesn't have to be gold anymore. This is a very nice color for the coin, so we can just try that out. And we don't need to set color over lifetime anymore. Actually, no, we do, but I don't want any of these. I honestly just want it to be completely white, and I just want it to fade out. Okay. Over the lifetime, yeah. So it's gonna fade out real fast. Save that. Let's just see how it looks here. So it spawns them and sends them out. Yeah. I wonder if we can make them start from a more central area. Maybe like with the burst anyway, because the burst is really nice. Or maybe we could just spawn a bunch of them in here right over time. We can make a lot. We don't need a burst necessarily. And maybe we can just try. Oh. Interesting. Maybe we do need a shape, but we don't need the burst. Let's try. Okay, let's just get rid of this guy. We're about to wrap up anyway, so let's make them slow down over time. So maybe they start at speed of 10, and they go from 10 to 2. I would like to, since they're going out, I'd want the speed to be a curve. Oh, right, we can set this to a curve. Isn't that nice? Go from 10 down to 1. We're going to get rid of that. That's what it was. Can you tell it's been a while for me? So I just want to try that out one more time. Okay. Not too bad. Maybe we can just bring it down to like, maybe instead of 0 down to 1. And definitely want that to fade out. bit faster. Alright, and I am saving along the way every time. Interesting. They kind of acted in a weird way, but we can always play with that a bit later. I'm gonna keep this for now. And yeah, cool. So we worked on our text behavior here. We have the typing of a word working. So the main mechanic of the game is now working. Hooray! And we added in our prefabs. We added a new material. We made the script, like I said. We added the particle effect to the particle system, which again, so cool. Gotta go try it. There's always something new that you can learn from it. And yeah, just general good vibes. Can't complain. So that'll be it for today, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the DAE channel if you haven't already. Feel free to join us in the chat during one of these create and hangs, or leave a comment if you're late and you just want to say, oh, you could have done this, you could have suggest something to us. And yeah, feel free to join us in any create and hang. I'll be here next week, and we'll be progressing. I don't know what we're going to work on next, but you'll find out when we get there. Alright, so that's pretty much it on my end. So I'll see you guys next week. Alright, see you.